Hi, welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we are working to connect women in leadership and business to empower each other, building relationships, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, soul, and mind, sharing the heart and soul of who we are and what we do.
And today we were on location with Ashely Palmer at Flora and Fauna, and technology decided to be technology. And the very beginning of this episode decided to
take a walk.
I
mean, it didn't record any sound, so we have video, but we have no sound.
So we are patching in today.
So we're going to let you know a little bit more about our guest here. Today's guest is an amazing woman with a love of all things houseplants. She turned her passion into a thriving business here at Flora and Fauna. Welcome back to the table, the amazing Ashely Palmer.
Thank you, Ashely, for joining us. And she's going to take a minute and introduce herself. And that's where the recording actually starts.
So that's great.
That's great. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for allowing us to be ourselves and, figure out all these little technology things along the way. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Take it away, Ashely.
Sure. My name is Ashely Palmer. I am the owner of Flora and Fauna. We are relatively new. Our business just started this year in January, and our storefront opened in May. So very, very new, but we love what we do. My family and I are new here just 1 year ago. 1 year ago this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was a big change.
A very big change.
And
very.
And it was a big step to be moving across country and then opening a business.
Yes.
So
huge.
What made you decide to do that, and why now?
Well, I came to vacation out on Camano Island about 6-7 years ago now, and I just fell in love with it. I knew that this is where I always wanted to be. And, vacation was over and we went back home and, got back to life as usual. And then one day my husband and I started talking about making a change and doing something different. And I asked him, hey, what would you think about the West Coast? And at first there were talks of California, but then his mom lives out in Port Angeles, and we started thinking to each other, what about Washington? And I said, I did always want to go and live on Camano Island. Let's look there. And here we are a year later.
That's so awesome. Is that vacation to Camano Island? Were you guys here visiting family?
No, I was here actually with friends at the time. Yeah.
Camano Island, it's a lovely, lovely community, but it's not one that you often hear people vacation at.
Yeah, this is true. But my friends, his dad lived on the island, so we came to visit his dad there, and it turned into a vacation, obviously, but I enjoyed it. I absolutely loved it. I loved everything about it. And the area, it's so beautiful here.
It's so
beautiful. The weather is so amazing, so mild compared to where we're from, Houston, Texas. I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but I know you're boiling back home right now.
Right.
We are not here.
We're not boiling.
And it's a really warm day for Washington today.
It is. Yeah.
And this whole week is probably going to be one of our warmer weeks of the year, and I think it's got a high of like 80 this year. Last year, we had a week in the summer that was really, really hot, which is the hottest I ever remember it being. And I've lived in Washington most of my life, and it was 120. It hit 120.
It was hot.
And it was so hot. It was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And not many people in Washington have air conditioning units because it doesn't normally get too much, right? It normally stays within that moderate temperature, but there were a few days last summer that got really, really hot, and I have some angry plants in my yard because of it, because they just it was just too much for them, and they're native plants in this area. So That was fun.
Yeah.
She has huckleberry bushes that are taller than her.
They're covered in huckleberries right now. I just got to get out there first. My other question is you have this passion for houseplants. Where did that come from?
So I have to thank my best friend in the whole wide world, Ashley. She actually was the one who introduced me to houseplants about, 6 years ago or so now, 7 years ago. She started getting into it, you know, a little bit as a hobby. And then she came over one day and she says, you got to try this. You're going to love it. And it was just all over from there.
Here's a house. One little houseplant turns into 5 million houseplants.
Yes,
right?
it does. And
It's
very
like when
quickly.
you
And very
learn how to
easily.
propagate them. Like
Yes. It's very much like a Pringles chip. You can't have just one.
Right.
I love that.
Which actually, I just had another question pop into my mind is how do you source your plants?
All of my plants are sourced locally from a local nursery here in Snohomish called Cascade Tropicals.
Okay.
That's where I get the majority of my plants. I am slowly starting to bring in a couple of my own propagations from home. I've got a monstera in front that's from a mother plant that I have at home. That's actually quite large, needed to be trimmed. But yes, everything is sourced locally. I try to source almost everything that I have in the shop locally when I positively can, because I just fully and wholeheartedly believe in supporting local.
Yes, that's why we're here,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. And so all the plants are local, but another thing that I've noticed is you also carry sustainable pots and other things that can be used and repurposed for other things besides plants. Like you have planty things, but then you have things that can be used for not planty things.
Right. So I've got a thing about plastics because, you know, everybody can see that plastics has become a problem for our world. It's there is nobody on this planet that problem doesn't affect, and nobody that it won't affect eventually. So I love repurposing, reusing, recycling, anything that I can do to make my footprint a little less massive on this planet, leave it a little bit better for my kids and their kids and their kids after us. That's what I want to do. So that's why we've got a take a pot, leave a pot bin that's got plastic pots in them. If you need a new home for your plant because it's outgrown its current one, please come by the shop, look in our area, see if there's anything that'll work for you. Yeah, because I just, yeah.
And then you have these really nice, big, tall, like work table desks. And what do you primarily use these for?
These are for our balloons bar area, where you can come in and make a custom bouquet from flowers that we have sourced from local flower farmers.
That's really awesome too.
Because who doesn't love like those beautiful market fresh flowers? Like they're beautiful, but like to go that one step further and like put the bouquet together yourself for someone, so much more.
A lot of thought behind it, I feel.
Right.
I thought
it brings that heart into it. Right?
For sure.
So bouquet making is not the only thing you do.
No, it's not. Plants, obviously. We do repot plants as well. So if you've got a plant at home that you are not sure how to repot, but you do know that it needs to be moved to a bigger home, we can definitely help you with that here at Flora and Fauna. So come by. We'd love to help you with it.
Oh, that's really cool. Because like if you're new to houseplants or somebody gives you a houseplant and you have no idea like what to do with it, because it's totally not one that you're used to. Like I have these like snake cactuses growing everywhere. I'm like, these need help, right?
Yeah.
So that's great to know that I have someone I could come in and feel comfortable talking to, right? You're not like this stranger.
Absolutely. And I'll never bite your head off. And please don't come in feeling that any question that you're going to ask me is too silly or that I'll laugh at you, because I completely won't. We all started new somewhere at some time. And I'll tell you, even though I know a lot about plants, I still learn so much more every single day. Not a day goes by that I am not learning something new that I did not know before. the world of plants is just that massive.
A few weeks ago, I came in and I purchased a couple of plants. I was looking for a couple of specific types of plants that I was able to find this year, which is awesome. But then not only is there a label on the plant, it's like, hi, my name is, and it says whatever type of plant it is, and it has the directions on how to water them, how to feed them, you know, all that stuff. It was really helpful for me as a new houseplant mom, because I'm good with plants outside. Right?
Yeah.
Not so good with plants inside. I'm learning. But I wanted to bring more greenery and life into the home so that over the winter months, it's not quite so sad. And because I suffer from seasonal depression, it can get pretty bad sometimes, you know. We all get sad, and then it starts to be hard to like drag my butt out of bed in the middle of winter when it's nasty, because it affects me so deeply, and that vitamin D deficiency is real for us Pacific Northwesterners.
Well, and especially since you specifically like to spend between 6 and 10 hours easily a week in your garden in the summer, spring and summer. Yeah. So it's like they took your took you inside and
they took my joy. I was on Facebook a couple weeks ago, and you have an event coming up, and I know it's sold out, but I know that you're gonna have to do it again, and that is the Macrame plant hangers.
Yes, so we also do workshops at Flora and Fauna. We'll have different planty themed workshops that just encourage you to kind of come in, let your creative mind explore, you know, try something new, learn something new. One of our first ones, yes, as you said, is a macrame braiding workshop with Deanne from Macrame by D. She is also a local to our area lady. Very, very sweet, very talented at what she does. She's got some of her macrame here in our shop. Beautiful work Deanne does. Yes, very, very beautiful. And we are very, very excited about the workshop. Yeah.
That's really exciting
and
too.
your second one is a watercolor class.
Yes.
Cool too.
Yes.
Like beginning one.
Oh, I
beginning watercolor. Yes.
I was looking on the website today.
What she got going on? All the new things. So many new things.
Yes, that's coming too. And then also this weekend, a part of the Stanwood Summer Concert Series, the Mark Dufresne Band is playing right over here next door at the Stanwood Cafe. So we're going to have an Adopt a Plant event where you can come, take a plant, you can repot it in a little terracotta pot, decorate it if you'd like, and just, you know, add some greenery to your home.
Aww.
Completely free, no charge whatsoever. I just want to encourage a love for plants.
Oh, that's adorable.
That's awesome. So that's this weekend?
This weekend, this Saturday.
Okay, I'll have to make sure that we share the links for them. That's cool. Put it on the community calendar.
Awesome.
I know that we have some community events coming up. We have the Night Out Against Crime on August 2nd. It's going to be where the farmers market is here in Stanwood. We're going to be there.
Awesome.
I surprised her.
So I signed this up for a thing. I was like, would you sign us up for it? She's like, Night Against Crime? Like, okay. and then we got a confirmation call earlier today, and when the phone rang, it said the sheriff's office. We're like, oh.
And I'm like, oh, I better answer that. Hello? And she's still talking to me. Like, oh. She goes, oh, you sound so relieved. I was like, all the things are going to red. What is happening today? But that was cool. We got a confirmation call. She wanted to make sure she got our email address correctly, so we get all the information. And then right after that is the Stanwood Community Fair.
Oh, yes. August 5th through 7th, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All kinds of fun local events. Heather's been doing a really good job trying to get this on the community calendar. So make sure you guys go and check that out on the website, along with all of our other stuff at www.womenandleadership.sm. As well as Ashley's information will be on there attached to this podcast and the other podcast that you did a few weeks ago.
Oh my God.
So all of the information will be there for us, and make sure you check her out on social media, follow her on Facebook. She's always planting really She's always,
well, that too.
yeah, but she's always posting really cool things that are like plant related.
Beautiful greenery.
Yeah. Yes.
I try, you know, it can be very demanding being a small business owner and trying to keep up with the demands of social media these days, because that's a huge part of owning your own business. And I didn't even realize that really in the beginning, I guess. But yes, I do try to make it colorful there.
Yeah, and also that is another thing that we've all been learning as entrepreneurs and as business owners, is that social media is a thing. It's not going to go away.
Yeah.
And it is a really great resource to use to get the word about your business, about what it is you do, about the heart and soul and the passion behind it, because that is what draws people in, is using social media. And Heather and I are actually attending the Social Media 101.
It's the week for it because I just attended one on Monday.
I know.
I was like, that's what this meeting is about. I was like, oh man,
I'm
we're going to get lots of social media. We're going to make sure Heather knows all the basics.
So the one we're going to on Thursday is free, and it's held by the Arlington Chamber of Commerce. And it'll be downtown Arlington. The trainer is awesome. I've heard really great things about her. I haven't met her yet, but I'm really excited about it too. So that's another resource for you guys to reach out to, and reach out to those local community resources. Use them. Go to the trainings. And guess
why they're here.
Guess who else is at these trainings and other events and things that the Chamber of Commerce does? Other women in business, other leaders in the community, and that's how we make really, really great connections.
And you find people that are sharing similar trials and tribulations. So if you feel like your family is like looking at you like you're crazy, right? You like need someone to at least know the language of what you're talking about. Like Facebook didn't post it again. Like, who cares? Well, I do. It's my business, you know. Like, yeah. So you know, you got to have the right audience to talk to too.
And it makes you feel like you're not alone in any of these struggles and any of these adventures. Because you're not. I mean, Ashley sat here with us while we fought for about 15 minutes trying to get the internet, or not the internet, but the
computer,
everything to connect and do what it was supposed to do. So that's fun.
It was a lot of fun. There was chatting, there was laughing,
there was maybe a little hair pulling.
We handle it pretty well.
Sometimes I want to cry because technology's not technologying.
Yep. Technology is not technology. It's convenient until it isn't.
Yes.
It is convenient until it isn't.
Yes.
Yeah. But Ashley, we want to thank you for inviting us into your space and into your business home today, and sharing your heart with us, and just being part of the community. We love and appreciate you so much.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for coming today. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. Always a pleasure to see you again, and so happy to have you in the shop for the first time. Yes. Yes. It was so wonderful to see you ladies today. Yes. Thank you for coming.
And to our audience, we want to say thank you very much for joining us. And our big reminder, it is a new quarter.
It's a new quarter.
We're talking about a new charity that we're going to give to. So we have a cause of the quarter here at the podcast, and we do that because it's important for entrepreneurs as we're moving away from big corporate America and moving more into our communities, that we're giving in our communities where our hearts are leading us. And our cause of the quarter this quarter is Tears Foundation, which seeks to compassionately lift the financial burden for families who have lost a child by providing funds to assist the cost of burial or cremation services. They also offer parent comprehensive bereavement care in the form of grief support groups and peer companies, or companions, sorry.
Another cool thing they do is they've been going to third world countries, different places around Africa and things like that, and teaching women how to put their babies to sleep in a safe manner, providing bed boxes and things like that, so that their babies, so that they can help prevent things like SIDS. And this whole cause is one very near and dear to my heart, because when I I lost my baby Matthias, I did not have these resources available to me. A year and a half later, when my sister lost her baby, the hospital was really amazing, and they reached out and said, hey, here's the resource. Here's a resource to help you with these final expenses. You know, having your baby's tombstone, their grave marker, that's huge.
And I know that we're really fortunate here in our community because we do have Terry Dexter and her American Cremation Alliance. Oh, I got it. But she's absolutely amazing, and she will do very similar things to the Tears without using their funds if she can, because she wants more funds to go to more places.
Also, the Tears Foundation is hosting their annual gala in October, and I am the north of Seattle person to collect donations for the auction, for gift baskets, and for things like that. So if you or a business you know would be interested in providing some kind of gift basket, auction, donation item, please reach out and let me know. I'd be happy to pick that up. And it's tax deductible. So, and I have those forms.
We're always looking for those.
Always looking for those. So thank you guys for all your love and support. Thank you for supporting the Tears Foundation, and thank you for being part of our community. Oh, and the last thing that we are doing right now is we are on day 16 of our 100 days of meditation challenge. We are sitting in meditation for 15 minutes a day for 100 days. We're posting a little bit about it every day on our social media. So again, check out the website. It's got all the stuff.
There's nothing more fierce than a calm woman. And with that, I'm just saying,
namaste. Love you all. Mwah.